Christmas is coming. Do you know what that means? Thousands and thousands of new puppies all over the world. Every year, parents go out looking for the perfect puppy for their children because that's all we've ever wanted from Santa. These parents search high and low to find their child the perfect dog. Looking through pages and pages of reputable breeders, what these parents don't know is that there are hundreds, maybe thousands of dogs waiting for their forever home in high-kill shelters around the world. If we, as a culture, would learn to adopt and not shop, we would be able to stop breeding and clear the shelters out, because all dogs deserve a forever home, no matter where they come from. Every year, according to the ASPCA, there are about 920,000 animals euthanized, 390,000 of these being dogs alone. These animals will sit in shelters for months to years on end, waiting to be adopted by families. When the shelter reaches its limit, it's forced to begin killing these dogs, only to make room for more dogs. This vicious cycle will continue for years and years to come unless we begin adopting from shelters and not buying from breeders and puppy mills. In fact, some of these breeders and puppy mills aren't even treating their dogs fairly or even humanely. These puppy mills will mass produce dogs and have them live in deplorable conditions until bought by unsuspecting people all around the world. Many of these dogs will have side effects from the conditions they were born into or the dog they were born from. According to a writer at Paws, around 90% of pets come directly from puppy mills in pet stores. When buying these puppies, it's like playing the lottery. You never know the kind of health problems this dog will face for the rest of its life due to the despicable conditions it and its thousands of brothers and sisters were raised in. Some of the conditions these puppies face while in the puppy mill consists of overcrowding, minimal protection from severe weather, malnutrition and starvation due to unsanitary food and water conditions, and little to no veterinary care. Also, the adult dogs that are being bred and constantly being forced to produce puppies. Once their body shuts down and cannot reproduce anymore, the mill will discard the dog like it's nothing. These mills and breeders do not view these animals as anything except a means to a profit. They could not care less about the health or well-being of these dogs. As long as they are getting paid at the end of the day, they are satisfied with their actions. It is harder to determine if someone is a backyard breeder or not. These people will look like the friendly guy next door, but really be a monster hiding in plain sight. These breeders and puppy mills alike are both profit motivated. All these people care about is money they're making from these poor animals. This is the main difference between shelters and breeders. The people who work at animal shelters most of the time are strictly volunteers. Since these shelters are all mostly non-profit, they cannot afford to pay their employees. They are run strictly off of donations, meaning that all of the people you see only care about the health and well-being of the animals themselves. There is absolutely no profit involved for anyone in these shelters. When they receive donations from the public, this money usually goes toward food, shelters, medical treatments, and enrichment toys for the animals. When you buy dogs from mills or breeders, the money is strictly profit. None of the cash will be put into making the conditions more livable for these animals. The issue of puppy mills and backyard breeders runs so deep in our country. There are so many mills busted each and every day. It seems that 3 more pop up for every one that's busted. One thing that each of us can personally do is to advocate for these shelter animals. If you hear someone talking about getting a new dog, point them in the direction of an animal shelter. Make sure to spread all of the sick information about puppy mills and backyard breeders. Continue to donate to shelters, whether it be the Humane Society of the United States or your local shelter in your own hometown. All of the shelters need all the funds they can get. And remember, every dog whether it comes from a breeder or a shelter, is a lifelong commitment and is deserving of the best home possible.